Last call. Last call for pay dirt.
What's going on, prospectors? Dig Daddy out here in the shed bringing you another episode of Backyard Prospecting. And that's right, it's the last call, last bag of the season for our good friends at Miners Depot. Now, they made an announcement on Facebook saying, that's it, we're heading up. We're heading out to get some gold. So if you want to get your bag, get it now or we're gone. As soon as I saw that, I'm on it. So I picked myself up a little bag. And yeah, we're going to go through that today, check it out. Now, I decided to go with the $50 bag this time, just because, you know, it's a good value, I think, to, you know, get some dirt. So, we picked it up. Now, the last time we got the $100 bag, and that came in a big, giant bag, big old box, a lot of dirt, a lot of material. This one just fills out one of the little flat rate boxes. Feels like a couple pounds of dirt in there, but we'll open it up here and find out in just a minute. If you want to check it out, you better be quick about it. I'll leave you a link up here to their page and a link down below to the site. Well, I'll show you the page and I'll link you the site. Go check it out. Pick it up before it's too late. This will be my last bag of theirs until they come back next year from their next outing to get some gold. So let's bust this baby open. Now, it set me back $58. Shipping was included with that, so it's a $50 bag and then $8 shipping. And so we're going to crack this puppy open and see what we got. Now, it got to us really quick. Ships from there in Arizona. I'm up here in Washington, so not too far to go. I mean, nothing really takes too long in the U.S. anyways. Don't let them tell you otherwise. They're just lying to you. If it takes more than a couple days, they shipped it on the slow ship. But here we go. Boom. One little bag of dirt. Now this time through, it is all nice and dry. Last time they had mentioned that they shipped their dirt wet to keep the gold suspended. Oh no. Boom. Miners Depot. What's that say? Oh, it's their phone number, 951-345-8597 and minersdepot.com. And you can just go to their site, place the order right there. They'll send it out to you. Now, let's see what we got. Nice amount of dirt. We'll weigh that out here in a moment just to see what we wound up with. The bag itself is not heat sealed, but it is zip locked. And it was flipped over and closed. But it did ship just in this one bag. So had this ripped, split, or whatever, we'd have had a mess on our hands. And the box itself did take a little squishing on the pushing. And so it could have spelt disaster. Could have been a bad recipe for not a good day. But this bag made it a-okay. But just as a suggestion, of course, always double bag. Even sometimes that doesn't do it. Sometimes the bag rips the bag and then the bag itself rips itself. And then you still got dirt coming out of the box. But if you don't double bag it, you have no excuse. If failure happens, and Murphy's Law says, you know that shit'll happen, you're going to have a problem. So I recommend always double bagging. Again, nothing happened on route on this one. We got all our dirt, and hopefully we'll get all our gold. So let's hop over to the classification view and see what we got. So don't go nowhere. We're going to check this out, and we're going to have ourselves a good time and get that shiny. Boom. All right. We got that Miners Depot baggie here. Now, I did want to see how much it weighs. I forgot to do that with the other camera on. So let's pull it up over here. Make sure we're all at the 0 mark. You guys can't see it, so you're just going to have to take my word. And my word says it's just a little bit under 2.5 pounds. So, not quite 2.5. 2.4, something and some change. But we'll just say 2.5-ish is what we're going to be dealing with. Now, just looking through the bag, I don't see a lot of huge rocks, but those tend to hide themselves pretty well. So we will be classifying out the 1/4-inch stuff, getting that out of the way, because usually there ain't going to be no gold there anyways. And then we'll see what we got, maybe do a couple more classifications. But we'll stick with the 1/4-inch for now. So let's see what we got going on here. Let's bust this bag open and shake her out. I do appreciate that the dirt is dry though. It's a lot harder to classify wet dirt. So this is what our pay dirt looks like. Let's see if you can really see it. Let me kill one of these lights. Too much light. So there you go. That's what it looks like. It's a nice dusty brown dirt. Now that's what I like to see. Not too much in the 1/4-inch and above. Or above 1/4-inch stuff, just a little bit. I don't see any nuggets in there, so we'll grab a little pan and set this aside. There's our 1/4-inch pan. Just a little bit, and for that amount of dirt, that's a very acceptable amount. So, cool deal. Then we'll get that out of the way. And now we'll start classifying for real. Whew. I need to wear a mask when I'm doing this. Stuff is dusty. Little tap to let anything clogged up to make its way through. Alright. Y'all know how this goes. I'm going to speed this up so y'all don't have to watch me shaking it all out. I'll save you guys the effort of fast forwarding. We'll be right back. Boom. Abracadabra. All right. And we are back. Everything's all classified out. Did all the work for you guys, so here we go. What we wound up with is a nice even spread of material here. This is exactly what I like to see in pay dirt, natural pay dirt. A little bit of the bigger stuff, just so you know the core material that you're actually working with. You can see the rocks in their more larger natural state. You may even get lucky and find a little vein of gold in one of these things if you look really close, but chances are you never know. So never just pass the big stuff up, but for the most part, we know what we're gonna find there is not what we're really looking for. So in that case, we just set this to the side. Now there could be some gold dust on these, you know, it dried to it, or some of this might be just cemented dirt. So we're gonna throw it in some water, let it soak there for a while, see what happens. You never know, right? You never know. I don't know if that's trademarked by the Washington State Lottery Department. Actually, I think that was a movie or video, a show about lottery winners and stuff like that. Interesting stuff, but not really. Moving on, we got the +10. Nice amount. For the amount of pay dirt we got, 2.5 pounds. This is exactly the amount of this material we expect to see. Just a little bit above that first riffle, almost to the second riffle. Not too heavy, but I'll tell you one thing, when I was going through here, I already saw a chunk of gold. So I'm excited to go through the 10, find that big piece of gold, that picker, and pull that out. Next up, we got our plus 20, and in this case, unfortunately, I dropped a drop of water in there, but no worries, it's all going to get wet here in a minute. But we got roughly about the same amount of material, so it's a really good even spread between everything. In the plus 20, right there, halfway up the first riffle, good amount of material, just smaller versions of the other stuff. Now, I didn't see anything shiny in here, but I do expect that there should be a good amount of gold in this stuff. Next up, our plus 40. Now, kind of on the lower end of amount here, but nothing wrong there. It's just at that first riffle in the cheap pan. Little bit of sand, so this shouldn't take too long to go through. Cool. And then finally, the dust. There'll probably be some fine flake gold in here, but we usually will run this last just so we're not knocking any of that out, and then we can kind of run it slow. And that gives it more time to be wet and separate it out. So that's our next step. We're gonna wet it all up, fire that sluice up, get things all rearranged here, and we're gonna run it down the sluice. So stick around and let's go get some. All right, let's fire this up. You can see sluice is running smooth and nice. It's gonna catch that shiny for us tonight. Got our shovel, and let's get to it. Now again, we're gonna start with the plus 10, work our way down, and then we'll rinse off that 1/4 inch and see if there was anything there for us. So let's get to it. First shovel, here we go.
Give this dirt down here the finger, get all these little rocks out of the sluice. Alright, on to the next. Ooh, that's gonna be a plus 20. I'm hoping that's the case. And that's our sub 40. Now, finally, of course, we got that 1/4 inch stuff. Well, you know me, I don't like running 1/4 inch down the sluice. So what we're going to do, just like we did with the fine stuff, rinse it off really well, get all that little fine stuff to flow out of the pan, leaving behind all that junky big rock that we don't really give a damn about.
Give it a couple seconds to run down and wash that dirt off. The water's all nice and milkshaky now. Not too terrible, but you definitely see a lot of organics in that material. That's how you know it's natural. Alright, let's do this. Whoa. shed. Ooh, there your eyes go right to that guy, doesn't they? Nice big nug. Big nugs. Lots of flakes. Lots of flakes, and I bet you there's a bunch of fines underneath all that other stuff. Woo-wee. Let's do this. Let's get that gold. There you go. There's your gold, baby. Look at that big old nugget right there. A little picker. Oh, that's nice. Plonk. Nice gold. Nice chunky gold. And some really nice fine gold. Really excited. Really exciting. Let's get this all suckered up, weighed out, and yada, yada, yada. Stick around. We'll be right back. All right, we are back and ready to go. We got that gold all dried up and cooled down. Miner Bob and the ass are hanging by to check out what's going down. Miners Depot, $50 bag, $58 bag, 2.5 pounds of dirt, and let's see what kind of gold we wound up with. Firing up the scale. Hello. All right, let's do it. Couple big chunks in there. We'll see what those... Boom. Wow. Just that chunk in little pieces. That's almost a 0.5 gram already. And all the fine stuff. All right. 0.972 grams of gold. Look at that. Well, the scale moved a little bit. 0.975. We'll call it that. Doesn't look to be moving anymore, but there you go. 0.975 grams of gold. Just a hair under that 1 gram mark. Right on. We'll be right back with my final words on ROI after these quick picks. Check out that shiny. All right, welcome back. How about that? Miners Depot, $50 bag of pay dirt, $58 if you factor in that it's $58, free shipping, or $50 and $8 shipping, whatever. $58 out the door is what you're going to pay for it. And man, what a good time I had there. All of the dirt was pretty easy to go through, nothing too terrible, no curveballs got thrown at us today. The material was spread out very well amongst the 4 main classifications. There was just a little bit of stuff above that 1/4 inch, but nothing too terrible. So yeah, great amount of material to go through. For only $58, that's a pretty good deal. Now, unfortunately I forgot to check for magnetics. Usually in Arizona dirt, you don't find a whole lot anyways, and at the end, there just wasn't, it just wasn't there. So, wouldn't really worry about that too much. As far as the difficulty level, man, this dirt is made for anybody. It's easy to go through, but not too, I mean, it is what it is. It's pay dirt. There's a little bit of organics in there, so keep that in mind. If you really, really don't like organics, you're going to deal with it. You might want to wash the dirt off first, depending on how you're going through it. But short of that, the dirt was fine. Had a good time going through it. Really enjoyed it. Thank you, Miners Depot, for once again a great bag of dirt, and fucking right on. Next, let's talk about that gold, because I know that's why you guys are here. And what we wound up finding in that dirt, 0.975 grams of gold. Pretty decent. There was no guaranteed amount of gold that was supposed to be in this dirt. This is natural pay dirt, and they say they add some gold, and 0.975 gram of a gram is not too bad of a find for how much we paid. Now, what that winds up coming out to, we'll just throw it up here on the board. $54.24 is what value we pulled out of that 9.75 or 0.975 grams of gold. The bag itself cost us $58. So what that's going to run us is about a ROI of 93%. Now again, if you factor out the shipping, that gets a little bit better. But what we pay is what we go with, what it's marked at, and that winds up being 93%. But that is nothing to sneeze at, because that is a great ROI for pay dirt. So what I can recommend to you is go get some of this dirt. If you're watching this video today or tomorrow, when it airs, hurry your butt up, go out there and get some dirt, because they're going to be taking off here soon. They're going up to Alaska, and they're going to be digging, and you're not going to be able to get any of this stuff for months. So, for me, this is the last bag I'll be doing of theirs until next year when they get back, or later in the year when they get back. And I'm looking forward to my next bag. I have not had a bag of dirt from them. I've only got them a couple times, but both times I was not disappointed. So I highly recommend hop over there. Now, if you're watching this video a couple weeks late or somewhere down the road, I'm sorry. You're just going to have to wait until they come back in stock. Bookmark their website so that you can keep checking back. Now, if you need other stuff, they do sell other stuff too. So if you're looking for some gear, check out that stuff as well. Throw a bag of pay dirt in there with it, and you're going to have a nice order coming to your door. So, this dirt gets the absolute double thumbs up. Great job once again, Miners Depot. Thank you so much. I look forward to seeing your dirt in the future. See what you got for us next season. And, yeah. Now, for the rest of you guys, thank you for tuning in here today and joining me here in the shed. And if you haven't already checked me out, I am on Patreon. So you get the same content, but if you subscribe as a patron, you are going to be helping out the channel directly and keep the content rolling here. And of course, get my eternal gratitude. Now, with your Patreon support, you can get in on the monthly raffle, which we'll be holding here this couple days. So if you want to get in for this month, get in on it now, and we'll see you tomorrow, Monday night, 5 p.m., BSing in the shed. Don't miss it. It'll be a special show. It's always a special time, as long as you guys show up. Anyways, this is Dig Daddy, and that was corny as hell, so I'm going to get out of here. If I don't see you out on the river, I'll catch you in the backyard. Peace.